my God. I think it's somewhere. Yeah. Hello, everyone. We are live. One moment. Right. Hello, everyone. My name is Veronica. And last week, in a conversation, we took a retrospective look or a review at our 2022 year. And we tried to evaluate events to see how well goals that have been set last year have been met. We also look at how to prepare RIDE for 2023. And despite your good intentions, most of you abandon your resolutions because in last week's conversation, we actually tried to see how best we can set realistic resolutions. But sometimes, despite your good intentions, most of you abandon your resolutions by the first quarter. You never resort to them again until the year is over and we fail to achieve some of those goals. In today's conversation, I want us to take a closer look at some of the reasons, the general reasons why your New Year's resolutions actually fail. But there is one thing you must bear in mind, that whatever resolutions you have, whether it is to start a new habit or to give up an addiction, it all comes down to consistency and dedication. Research shows that only about 16 to 17% of people stick to their New Year's resolutions. Majority of us give up within 1 to 6 weeks. And many of these resolutions are actually repeated year after year. We don't want this to happen to us as people going on the journey of personal development. And that is why I am here. Let's work harder to be able to make remarkable achievements a year by this time. And one of the things, or one of the reasons, these are general reasons, I will not be exhausting the list. You can figure out what work out for you. You can also make some research. There are several other reasons, but I have some few ones here that I want to discuss with you. The first reason why your resolutions fail is setting unrealistic resolutions. Some of the things, when we were in that conversation, we were actually looking at how to set realistic goals or resolutions, good ones. And so some of those things were not actually discussed in details, and some of them will actually be recurring here. They are going to be, I'm going to talk about them in details. So one reason why your resolution may fail is when you set unrealistic resolutions. Most of you either establish excessively difficult objectives that are unreachable or goals that quickly become boring. And so sometimes you also refuse to review your resolutions periodically to see if they are actually achievable. If you want to know if you oh my God, people keep on disturbing me when I actually get on here. Yeah. Yeah, so I was saying that one of the reasons why your resolutions, your New Year's resolutions may fail is when you set unrealistic resolutions. And so sometimes you refuse to review your resolutions periodically to see if they are actually achievable. Some of the questions you have to ask yourself are whether your resolutions are actually quantifiable. Are they constrained by time? Are they specific in nature? Are they in line with your goals? For you to determine whether you have actually set realistic goals, these are some of the questions that you must ask yourself. Number two reason why your resolutions may fail is lack of accountability. And with this, I want to ask you, do you have someone you call an accountability partner? Do you have a coach? Do you have a mentor? I think I have spoken about this particular one several times. But if you set resolutions, it's one of the reasons why your resolutions may actually fail. You set resolutions all right, but you don't have a coach. You don't have anyone to fall on in times of despair when you are feeling down. You don't have anyone to run to fall on for directions, for motivations, for inspiration. So, do you have a coach? Do you have a mentor who kind of inspires or motivates you? When you feel challenged, do you have someone that you can run to for guidance and encouragement? I told you how I nearly abandoned some of my resolutions last year. No, I keep on saying last year. We are still in 2022 this year, early part of this year. I nearly abandoned most of my resolutions. But for the fact that I have a coach, I told you how once a while we go for meetings and she says something and I am motivated again, I am inspired again, I run back to my resolutions and it has been good. So do you have somebody like that, somebody you run to, somebody who kind of provide some form of guidance, support, cushion for you when you feel like giving up? If you fail to do this, your resolution may fail. But one thing you have to put in mind, when you are choosing an accountability partner, you have to avoid people who sap your energy. You really have to get people who will energize you, people who will motivate you, people who will encourage you. So instead, you have to work with people that elevate and encourage you, especially when you are feeling down. So you should note this. Lack of accountability is possible to hinder your progress, to make your resolutions fail. And the third one I'm going to talk about is lack of tracking. You set your resolutions all right, but you have no tracking procedure. And so lack of periodic tracking or review is one of the reasons why your resolutions may fail. You may have to periodically review your resolutions. If possible, break them down into small chunks. You could do this weekly, fortnightly, that is every 2 weeks, monthly. And this actually allows you to keep track of your progress and turn excuses into opportunities. Remember, what gets measured gets done, and what gets done can actually be improved. And so make a habit with the help of a good tracking system. Many of the apparent barriers are based on assumptions, inferences, judgment, and overthinking, but a track record of accomplishment aids in the development of resolution consistency. So please take note of these ones. They are the factors or reasons why your resolution may fail. Another important thing, I think it is also recurring here. We have it discussed briefly in last week's conversation. It's lack of planning. Lack of planning is another factor why your resolutions may fail. Great planning is always required for a good implementation. Remember, it is more realistic if you plan the actions steps around the resolutions. Just break them down into smaller pieces, like I have already told you, and schedule them on your calendar. This allows your weekly objectives and plans that are bite-sized. If you do this, it creates a sense of accomplishment rather than saying, oh, I have a whole year to myself that I'm going to do this. If you plan, it ensures that all necessary adjustments are allowed ahead of time, and this boosts your chance of accomplishment. Don't forget. One thing that I like about, I keep on saying, mentioning Amma Manson's planner, because it has helped me. It allows all these features. It allows all these features that I have already mentioned. In fact, that is what actually makes that planner unique. Because you have daily targets as well as weekly ones, and then it makes your work easy. You break them into small chunks. So this is how come I know how to go about it. I actually use that planner. Another important thing to do if you want to achieve your resolutions is change in behavior. Change in behavior. Sometimes we are not disciplined enough to reinforce good behaviors in support of our resolutions. And so it's part of the reason why we fail. Some of us like to stay in I am going to be very brief today. Yeah, I'm going to be very brief today. And so if you have tried to interact with me, if you know any other reasons why resolutions fail, if you know why you actually fail to achieve a resolutions or a goal, you can also discuss or put them down here so that we talk about them. If you have any question, any inputs, you can please bring them here. Kindly engage with me. So I am saying that most of us like to be in our comfort zones. We don't want to take risk to challenge ourselves after setting those resolutions. I was watching something on Facebook. I like to say it in my local language, Chi, the Ghanaian local language. It was about a pastor who was saying that people will keep on saying, my year of this, my year of this, my year of that. Sometimes when the prophecies come, your year of whatever, and we keep receiving them. But this also, for this pastor was saying that if you can receive all those prophecies, but if you refuse to take a step, to take an action, if you refuse to do something, afinubeba, say the wuti. I saw it in reels, and I think I even read it or something like that. You see, so you can keep on saying my year of this, my year of that. If you actually don't take any step, Estatavia, I think people are overly ambitious with their resolutions. Another good point, yes, people are also overly ambitious with the resolutions. Sometimes they set something that's actually overstretched them. I think I discussed that in last week's conversation. You know, we set resolutions that are within our control. You know, not resolutions that are outside. You know, in life, there are things that are within your control. Other things are outside your control. You cannot do anything about them. Yeah. So thank you, Estateria, for your contribution. Yes. So it is not by receiving all those prophecies and saying all those positive things to ourselves. It is also about taking action. So one thing you have to know is that in order to keep a resolve, you must change your behavior and habits. It is very, very important. If you want to keep to a resolve, you have to change your behavior or your habits. And then the final one I will talk about here, it is also very important. Before I will, yeah, there is another. For me, Esther Teria is here again, and she says, for me, I put my in different categories: spirituality, personal development, financial management strategies, monitoring, management, and analysis. Very good one. I think I had something similar to that. Yeah, I had something actually similar to this. It's also great. Thank you for your contribution. Procrastination is also another factor or another reason why your resolutions will fail. Procrastination. We all know that popular saying, procrastination is the thief. They say is a thief of time, but I say is a thief of your progress. Procrastination is the thief of your progress. And you know, very often we come up with loads of excuses or rationalizations to justify this attitude of procrastination, attitude of postponement, the attitude of doing things later and they never get done. They never get done. There are several reasons why we procrastinate. Several reasons. I'm going to talk about two and then I will run away from here. You postpone or procrastinate either because you think there is not enough time on your side to do things. If you are the kind of person who procrastinates and you know it will hinder your progress or it is part of the reasons why your resolutions may fail. We have a conversation on this platform about time management skills. We spoke about how you can hack certain times to be productive. I will plead with you to go watch that conversation on this particular platform. Then it will teach you how to hack certain hours to do things and be productive. You know, sometimes you also procrastinate because you want to do things perfectly. So some people will go like, I never do it until I get it right. Or I like to do it when I get it right. Perfection. Perfection. Yeah. The management, time management, very important key in 2023. Very, very important. Very, very important. Without time management, it's difficult for us to make progress. I think it's one of the habits that we will have to implement as people going on personal development journey. And so it is one of the principal things that we must reinforce, you know. So perfection, we procrastinate because of perfection. We want to do it perfectly. But my advice to you this evening and on this day before we enter into 2023 is that whatever you conceive, an idea, rise up and do it immediately. You know the reason why you want to do it perfectly. You are waiting to get it right before you do it. It comes as a result of fear of making mistakes or fear of criticism. It used to happen to me. You are afraid that people will criticize you if you don't get it right. But hey, stand up, do it right now. And I always say that we get perfect in the process of doing things. So don't wait I have been speaking to, we have a network for persons with disabilities, and some of them are people who I have been advising them to take advantage of the digital world. You see some of them, most of them always on social media, liking videos, resharing videos. You advise them to start creating content, because sometimes you realize that most of them have the potential. And somebody will tell you, I want a perfect camera, I want a ring light, I want this. I still use my phone to do all my videos. You see, so you start something, and in the process, you will get it done perfectly. This is my small advice to all of us. So let's quickly run through the points. This conversation is about some general reasons why resolutions may fail. Esther has also made some input here. Yeah, if you are watching me right now, you can also put down if you know any other. So we said that number one, if you refuse to set unrealistic resolutions, it may cause your resolutions to be unachievable. You can fail. You may not be able to achieve them. And then number two is lack of accountability. Get a coach, get an accountability partner, somebody that will put some form of check on you, or you can ask for advice if you feel demotivated. Is important. Get a coach, get a mentor, get somebody that you will run to in times of difficulty. Then you have to also do a tracking system of your progress. If you don't do that, it is likely you fail, or your resolutions may fail. And then also lack of planning is also another important thing. You have to plan every activity of your life. And then your behavior, you have to change your attitude. You have to change your attitude if you want to make progress. Do the things, everything that you have not been doing right. Reinforce good habits. There you will be able to achieve your resolutions. And then the last one is procrastination. Try to manage your time. And don't wait to get perfect before you start doing something. I am saying that you will have to start doing it, and then you get perfect in the process of doing it. I would like to end my conversation here. I have already said that I am going to be very brief. We have the other conversation where we learned how to set resolutions, and then how to also evaluate the previous year. Everything is there on the platform, this same platform. You can go and watch that video also if you have not done so. My name is Veronica, and I am a member of Amma Manson's Confident Communicators Club. We are also on Facebook. I am the founder of the Challenge Foundation. It is a disability organization. You can kindly go follow us and then support us also. I wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Ich wünsche euch einen guten Rutsch ins neues Jahr. Auf Wiedersehen. Ich liebe euch. Ciao.